my name is Duddits, I do builds and stuff. Following up on my Strand Subjugator build, I wanted to do a Tormentor build. Now what the Tormentors do, massive heavy slam attacks. We've got that covered. They also do void projectile attacks. They just spam them out left, right and centre. We've also got you covered with that. Absolutely huge slam attacks via a Titan Sword, believe it or not, and some cool finishes that weaken and disorient nearby targets. That's what Tormentors do. Now, we're going to start off with the Vex Caliber, because I want to focus this part of the video just on the void projectiles, just for now, what Tormentors do. Vex Caliber is a glaive. It gives you loads of protection. It gives you overshields. I'm not going to go fully into what this glaive does, but it sort of resembles Tormentor a slight little bit, but we've got other options as well. And it does sort of look like Tormentor projectiles. You can go with Vex Caliber. This is just one option. It gives you loads of protection, and you get loads of nice damage this season via the seasonal artifact perk for glaives. And it also sort of fulfills that fantasy of being very, very tanky, because as we know with glaives, especially Vex Caliber, you are extremely tanky, and you can just walk around and spam that void projectile from the glaive, or you can get up close and use your melee while receiving an overshield. Like I said, there's loads of benefits to running Vex Caliber, but it just fit the bill a little bit for me for a Tormentor sort of idea. Now, we've got other options as well, because as we know with Tormentors, they like to spam their void projectiles. Now, a caster frame, something like Ergo Sum, is really, really good. We've also got one of my favourite swords ever, Chivalric Fire with Repulse Brace destabilising rounds. Again, this is a caster frame. So these both, you can pair these together if you wish, and look at that. That is absolutely perfect. That resembles a Tormentor. Just spamming them void attacks, and you can switch between your two swords, run them both at the same time if you wish, or you can pair Chivalric Fire up with Vex Caliber. So void spam. Now, Felwinters Helm is an exotic helmet where powered melee kills and finishes create a burst of energy that weakens nearby targets. It also makes them disorientated as well. It gives you a 30% damage increase. It's the same as Tractor Cannon. And once you get your finisher or your melee going, you're going to be able to disorient enemies, slightly like a suppression attack from a Tormentor. The only thing that leaves us now is the heavy attack, the big ground slam to do. Now, the Crown Splayer is a Titan Sword. Obviously, we can run these on all characters now. This with Surrounded is disgusting. It does some absolutely huge damage, just like a Tormentor's slam attack. So you've got your Felwinters for weakening melees. You'll see all them enemies all disorientated. That kind of resembles what the Tormentors do to us. Those slammers and mechas suppressed. Felwinters doesn't suppress, it just gives you a 30% damage increase, but it actually, look at that, makes them all dizzy, and the damage increase is absolutely huge on your Surrounded Crown Splitter. And your finishes, you could go with numerous different finishes. The Nova Bomb finishes, what I got on there, that kind of resembles a Tormentor, so you're pretty much covered. You've got your Void Spam with your Ergo Sum or your Caster Frame or your Vex Caliber, and you've got your Heavy Slam attack with the Crown Splitter. I just want to say as well, this season, Felwinters is really good because of Maligned Harvest as well, so every time you apply Weaken, it's going to give you a Void Overshield, so you can be really tanky, and then you've got Void Flux as well to spread Volatile by defeating weakened targets, so Felwinters is really, really good, and it fits this specific little video very nicely. And some of these exotic sort of glaive and sword changes where they're available on each character has sort of gone a little bit under the radar, I think, because once you've got, for example, your Song of Flame going with Throne Cleaver or your Crown Splitter, now bearing in mind, you're going to get Radiant as well from your Song of Flame, you can run around and be absolutely killable for about 20 seconds via your Song of Flame and be able to put out some massive damage, which enables you to get right up close and do some massive slam attacks. Quick little disclaimer, when I do these type of builds, like the Strand Subjugator build, they're not meant to be the ultimate endgame insane build for Master Solo dungeons and things like that. These are just a bit of fun, something a bit different. I did get a lot of comments saying, why don't you use Storm's Keep, why don't you just use Chaos Reach? I'll tell you why, pal, because I'm bored of them things, I get bored of them after a little bit, so I wanted to do something a little bit different, i.e. this little Tormentor build and the Strand Subjugator build. Just a little mess around if you get bored. Enter it in the movie of the week and see what happens. I tried to go as much as possible into a Tormentor, but I didn't really have a lot of customization options on my Warlock. However, I rustled up this bad boy. He looks like a Hornet, like an angry Hornet, Tormentor style. Well, let me know what you think of the video. Like I said, bit of fun if you get bored, and it's quite good for lost sectors. I haven't really tried it in GMs or out like that, but pretty decent. Have a great day.